gas station? For real though? What? Fucking $6.50 a goddamn gallon. There's a gas, like literally, dude. The stoplight's here. The gas station's here. There's a gas station I can fucking see down the street. That's $2.09. This one's $6.50. What? Are you fucking real? Stop, yo. Like I was like, does Hitler run that? Did Osama buy this gas station? Are you gonna bomb every other gas station and say this is the only one you must buy? Like, stop. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Listen, dude, we are not in California. Like, everyone's like, are you in California? I'm like, my stamp says it's Conroe, bro. I'm 2 minutes from my goddamn house. And gas is $4 more over here than it's the fuck over here. This is America.
Speaking of America, that's Jax.
Jesus.
I'm Ritz.
I am Jax.
And we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw from June 20th.
Stop laughing, they'll think that we froze it.
From June... No, we're not stopping it. Stop.
Fantastic.
Would you stop?
I'm sorry. $6.50 a goddamn gallon. I'm not even getting a blowjob out of that, bro. Like, Jesus.
Okay.
Okay, we're back.
I might edit that out.
No, you should leave that in there because $6.50 a fucking gallon is all some bullshit.
Anyway, Monday Night Raw. June 20th. Fallout for Money in the Bank, Phoenix, Arizona.
What just happened?
No, we're not what culture.
I'm kidding. Okay.
They're better.
Stop it.
Dean Ambrose comes out, start off the show.
Yes.
Huge chant of you deserve it.
Pop. Huge pop for that. Because, I mean, I'm going to go back to it because it needs to be said. He carried the company with Seth Rollins when everybody was injured for at least 6 months. I think it was almost a year.
No, it wasn't that long.
It was at least 6 months.
I'd give you at least 6 months.
For 6 months, he was the top guy. While everybody else was injured, everybody else was out, everybody else was doing their own fucking thing. And to see him finally reach the mountaintop, it's not only a feel-good moment, but once that feel-good moment subsides, you're like, holy fuck, we have a lunatic as a champion. Holy shit, we have Dean Ambrose as a champion. Holy fuck, he's in a race of hell.
Exactly.
Like, you get excited about that shit.
Probably one of my favorite moments from that promo was Roman Reigns calls himself the man. Seth Rollins calls himself the guy.
What do I call myself? The dude.
So am I the dude?
Am I the dude?
And the only thing
everybody starts chanting the dude.
Exactly.
Because the dude abides. Like, yo.
Very, very happy for Dean Ambrose. I couldn't be happier. It does bring a fresh face to the title picture.
Yep. New guy on the mountaintop, and it feels good because, and I think I talked to you about this, like, Dean Ambrose is so good, I don't want them to squander him, similar to how they did Daniel Bryan. Even though Daniel Bryan did win his title finally, he had to vacate it shortly after, which sucks.
Right. Now, I want to know, what did they have planned for him?
Daniel Bryan? I was hoping big things. But, you know, shit happens.
Right.
You know,
life happens.
I miss Daniel Bryan so much, but that's not here nor there. But the fact that someone as deserving, and I know there's other guys that are deserving as well, but someone who put in so many incredible matches, who went through a streak of losing, but still being able to stay over, just saying, fuck it, I'm going to do my own goddamn rules. I'm going to lose every match, but I'm going to make it a damn good match as I'm losing it. To finally be at the mountaintop and win the title and cash in on the quickest cash-in of all time, fucking beautiful.
Then Roman Reigns comes out. He congratulates Ambrose. The place boos him.
A little bit of heel.
A little
bit of heel. I don't care what you guys say. This is my boy. I was like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? What? Yeah, stoked about that shit.
You Can't Wrestle chant comes out.
Yep.
Which, I miss those. The You Can't Wrestle chants.
They're so delicious.
Because they say them to the right people. I'm not discounting Roman Reigns because
he can wrestle. By all means, he can wrestle.
But he's just, I don't know if it was the fact that they put him on that rocket ship and he went to the sky.
Yep.
And he forgot where he came from. It's boring watching the man fight.
I don't even think it was that. I talked to you about this before. If they had boosted him the same way that they did Dean Ambrose, it wouldn't even be a conversation.
Nope.
The fact that they pushed Seth, and I think this is why they thought about it this way, and I just thought about this now. They put Seth immediately into the world title picture. Immediately. Money in the Bank, world title picture, bada boom, there he is. But it makes sense because he's the chosen one. He's the heel. He's the architect. He's with the authority. It makes sense. it doesn't make sense that you just have a random guy who's supposed to be John Cena 2.0 for all intents and purposes to just randomly go from a former tag team champion one time to a world champion. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Seth Rollins didn't just get the title handed to him, per se. He had to fight multiple people. He had to win Money in the Bank. He had to cash in on the Beast, which gives him the biggest rub possible. You cashed in on the fucking Beast and Roman, but the Beast, and won that match. Mm-hmm. So you're immediately legitimate after that.
And it
Roman didn't have that kind of
the thing about the cash-in wasn't so much as like a Dean Ambrose cash-in, where there was a sneak attack, he hit one move, it was over. Not taken away from Dean Ambrose cash-in, but the Seth Rollins cash-in walked out, well, ran out, middle of the fucking match.
Yeah.
And turned it into a triple threat.
Which is what it never happened before.
Yeah.
No one's ever ran to a middle of a match, made a triple threat, and then pinned the challenger to beat the champion. Mm-hmm. That's never happened. But the sheer fact that he was in the main event of WrestleMania, A, the fact that he cashed in and pinned Roman, B, and the fact that he was the authorities guy who helped him pave the way to become champion, put him over in a heel status.
And would have been champion going into Dallas.
If it hadn't been for the injury.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Rollins comes out and does his typical, I want a rematch.
Of course.
Typical, true heel, I want a rematch.
Of course. Which everybody popped for him because...
And Shano comes out. And Shano says that Rollins and Reigns, they're going to fight tonight.
I'm going to address that. I have a problem with that kind of thought process for this reason. I don't see a purpose, in all honesty, and they do it a lot, and I don't like it, when you put a match on pay-per-view and then immediately have the rematch that Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes out the purpose of me watching the pay-per-view in the first place.
But now this rematch, it's different.
They paved it properly.
If we talk about, like, a Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler match.
It's not even the same.
But this is under different circumstances.
Right.
It's not for the title. Now it's for the number one contendership.
Right.
Now it's something different. There's different stakes on the line.
Right.
Okay? So, I'm okay with that.
I would have liked it better if it was on the following Raw. That's me.
No, because then if you don't do it properly, the fallout, you lose that momentum.
Not necessarily.
You can.
You can, but not necessarily in this.
But do you really want to take the risk? Do you want to take the risk of people not caring?
Touche. I'll give that to you. Touche. Because they usually wait too long anyway.
So. Plug for the draft. I want to touch on this just a little. Shano comes out later after John Laurinaitis.
People power! Fuck that guy.
Comes out and Shane says he's going to run SmackDown.
I'll let you finish just one time. Just people power! Fuck that guy. It makes you feel good on the
inside. It does.
My name is John Laurinaitis, and I am former vice president of talent relations. Shut the fuck. God, his voice pisses me off. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about Shane running SmackDown. If that's true, because
I don't want it.
There's still people saying whoever the general managers are.
I don't want that to happen. In all honesty, I would much rather have Shane and Stephanie run Raw or SmackDown, preferably Raw, and then have someone else run SmackDown. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I like the conflict that those two are going to have, and I think separating them ends it too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if Vince were to play it smart, he's like, you know what? I want Steph and I want Shane to run Raw. I want to get SmackDown to Triple H. I want to get SmackDown to, just throwing it out there because it would be awesome. It's probably not going to happen, but it would be awesome. I'm going to get SmackDown to William Regal.
Or Daniel Bryan.
Or Daniel Bryan! Holy shit! I forgot he's still... Okay, yeah.
Because he's a commentator.
He's a commentator.
Yep. Cruiserweight Classic.
Yep. Fucking A.
Or, hell, I'll throw another weird-ass name out there. Corey Graves.
I don't think... Okay, I like Corey Graves on NXT. I don't want him taken off NXT. I think him and Tom on commentary for NXT
is terrible.
It's beautiful. It's
Speaking of real fast, did you catch on the, I think it was the Money in the Bank kickoff show? Lita said something stupid, and you watch Corey Graves with his eyes?
He's like, bitch, you crazy.
I mean, damn!
I like the fact that he used to wrestle, he got injured, he's not allowed to wrestle anymore, so now he's just like, he's like a JBL of NXT.
Yeah.
But he's so good on commentary. Holy shit.
I'm going to say 2 words to you. I want to see what you think. Fight forever.
talking about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Man.
Yes, we are.
Of course we are.
Great match on Raw. We've seen it before. Okay.
But you can't get tired of it.
No, you really can't.
You can't.
The best part for me...
You gotta edit that shit out? You don't just... The fuck is that?
Okay, so edit that part out. Maybe.
Leave it.
Best part for me is that they keep fighting when they come back from commercial break.
Right.
I haven't seen that in years.
I would love, and I'm just, it's a wild card, but I would genuinely love one day if either KO turned face, which I hope that they never do, because I love him as a heel way too much, or they turn Sami Zayn heel, and they actually tagged and won the tag team titles from somebody.
That'd be crazy.
Would they not? Dude, you have the most technically sound tag team, bar fucking none,
That'd be
on the same team. I love them fighting each other, but if they fought together, holy shit. But that's neither here nor there. We'll wait for that.
I'm kind of going to skip over Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. It's not something we've ever...
It's not that important.
You know, nothing new. AJ Styles comes out.
I did not like this segment.
I didn't either. He made them apologize.
I did not like that segment.
Get over it. Carl Anderson versus John Cena.
I love Carl Anderson.
I do too. I love Cena when he's not in the title fight.
Right.
But again,
It was a good match. It was a great match, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. It just...
Club comes in to interfere. Of course, we knew that was going to happen.
It was
really...
There are a lot of things that are really predictable about
I don't like telegraph
that
matches.
segment, that match.
Yep.
Becky Lynch attacking Natalia. Natalia attacking Becky Lynch again.
I'm okay with it because she told her why I'm attacking. I got to defend myself now, which, when you think about heel turns, there's only a select few that are just so different and so original and just so captivating. I'm going to go back to him again. When Kevin Owens watched Sami Zayn win the NXT Championship and then turned on him.
Oh, God.
It was beautiful. Every second of that was so well thought out.
I still watch it every so often.
It was so well thought out. It was so methodical. And it led to a beautiful storyline. Mm-hmm. Those kind of heel turns I appreciate. 9 times out of 10, a heel turn now is either because of jealousy, because I need to defend for myself now, because I need to be in the spotlight, or something like that. That gets recycled. But the heel turn between KO and Sammy was beautiful. Granted, it was on NXT, but still, beautiful nonetheless.
Baron Corbin fights someone new this week.
Right! Oh my God! What?
Goes up against Zack Ryder.
What?
In a quick match. He makes very quick work of Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin makes very quick work of Zack Ryder.
Of course he does.
No, not bad though, because I like seeing Zack Ryder get some airtime.
I'm
a broski.
I am a broski to the hilt. Like,
woo.
Dude, you know it. Dude got over by himself. Dude's got a fan base. Give him some fucking airtime. I'm all about that. Do you have the make Darren Young great again thing on here too, or no?
I really don't want to touch base on it.
Okay. I'm thinking about it. Hardcore. Hear me out.
Says the Darren Young lookalike.
First of all, thank you. I'm nowhere. He outweighs me by like 100 pounds. But if they're leading him up for something great, I will be so excited.
Oh, yeah, I will too. But it's Bob Backlund.
Okay. A couple of segments have been garbage. The one that sticks in my mind is, Coach, is that the same suit you wear? You gotta want it! Okay, Coach. Like, I legit watched it multiple times.
It's the chicken wing guy.
I know, but I don't know where they're getting this make him great again, because I don't think he was ever great before.
He wasn't. He was a time player.
He wasn't great.
But that was a great thing.
Like, he's a great wrestler, don't get me wrong, but he was never
You do understand it's a ploy on Trump, right?
Of course I do,
okay.
dude. What?
Yeah,
but we're gonna make Darren Young great again. Like, it's starting to warm up to me. Let's put that way. I look at it more as a comedy thing now, as opposed to what the fuck is happening. Like, Vince, stop.
No, don't get me wrong. Bob Backlund is a Hall of Famer in his own right, and he's a legend.
He's
but
hilarious.
For the love of God, man. Get off my TV.
It's so stupid.
Just get off my TV.
For real.
Paige is back on Monday Night Raw.
No, you don't understand, dude. Not only is she smoking hot, not to objectify her, but she's smoking hot. But the girl can wrestle. She looks good in the ring. Her random chance of this is my house is still So good. Now, it means more when she's a champion because then
it is her
I'm
house.
wrecking shop. This is my house, bitches. I run the ring. But she's whooping ass on it.
Well, she's only, what, 24, 25 years old? Somewhere in that
She was 22 whenever she won the title from AJ Lee.
So that was, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 24, 25.
Yeah, so she
still can get it. God damn.
But she's a ring general.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest ring general, even at 22, 23.
Yep.
The youngest ring general I think we've ever seen. So she was a veteran in her own right.
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, she's been wrestling since, I think she said she was 14 or 15.
Yeah,
and
because her parents are
She
big.
beat her mom for a championship, I think.
Yeah, because her parents are big in England.
Yeah. God damn. I need to start watching some English wrestling.
Yeah.
For real. Fucking A.
Charlotte wins.
Of course.
Dana and Charlotte start beating down. And then the boss.
Oh my god.
Sasha Banks.
That pop though, dude. Like, I liked it. Zooms in on the crowd a little bit in the background, and I love to see the reaction. Like, that's what gets me. Like, when I watch like people randomly come out, I watch the crowd, and I hear their pop and everything, but I like to see who's invested in the show.
It reminds you of when Austin would come out in the Attitude Era.
Right.
And
so
everything
to
goes in
see
the air.
everybody just go, oh my god, it's Sasha! Like, that gets me.
And she clocked Dana Brooke. She leveled her. Oh my god.
Dude, okay.
And even JBL goes, good grief.
Okay, this is why I love JBL commentary. A lot of people give him shit for it. But when something happens, he sells better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Just, good grief! What a right hand! I'm like, yeah. She knocked her the fuck out, fam. Like, what do you think was going to happen? Now, did you hear, and this is just a quick thing, did you hear that they're changing how the bank statement works?
Yes.
Like, I heard that they're banning it.
I've heard they're banning it, and I've heard that they're having her hit it, flip, and that's it. No more crossface.
Which, that upsets me, because I love the crossface.
I do too, but
it makes it, okay.
It does, because if you look at the women's division, all their finishers are submission moves. Figure 8.
Natural selection. I'll try to counter everything you say. I know. Sorry, it's like smoking the bear here.
Fuck!
Only you can prevent forest fires. But, okay, I'll try. Anybody who has a finisher like that, I'll try to counter it with a regular finisher.
But that they use and win matches with.
Right, and I will.
Consistently.
I will.
Figure 8.
Natural selection.
She doesn't use it enough.
She uses it enough. No, there's a reason for that. Because you gotta think about it as a whole. I'll put this in perspective for you. You got Dolph Ziggler with the zigzag, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Dolph Ziggler with the super kick.
Mm-hmm.
He wins with both of those. Now, the super kick's not as frequent as the zigzag, but it's still one of those moves, and this is why they do it. It's one of those moves where you're like, oh shit, it's fucking over. You know what I'm saying?
But if you look at, if we go pull, let's go to a WWE event. They're in Boston. Let's jump on a charter flight. Go pull some of those fans that are walking out. Hey, what's Charlotte's finishing move? What are they going to tell you? Figure 8.
There's always 2 finishing moves, though, dude. Let's like put it in perspective.
It's fair.
There's the Undertaker. Well, there's 3 for Undertaker. You got the chokeslam
And
first.
I'm just playing devil's advocate with you.
Right.
But so figure 8.
Natural selection. Natural selection. Okay.
You're supposed to counter.
Yeah.
This is how this is working.
Okay.
Okay. The disarmer.
I haven't seen her with anything else but that.
I win. Bank statement.
Nothing else but the bank statement.
I win.
Because without the bank statement, it's just a backstabber. That's why I hope that they don't really ban it.
Sharpshooter.
From Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
The spin around clothesline. That was her finisher for the longest time. It's
garbage.
It's garbage. It's garbage. But Luke Harper had it too. Luke Harper had it too. And granted, Luke Harper's hit a lot
harder.
A lot harder. Bro.
And they're more smooth.
Oh my god. Yeah, Natalia's is too telegraphed.
That's it. Because, and Paige has a PTO.
You had the PTO, the Rampage, and the Paige Turner that she doesn't use that much anymore.
Right. And those are your main divas right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I won most of that.
I got 3 out of 5!
No, you didn't.
What?
I'm kidding.
We will go over it again! 3 out of 5, bro.
But no, either way. So I'm okay with her hitting the backstabber.
Right.
And then flipping her. The question is, if they're not letting her do the crossface anymore, because too many people are referencing Benoit or whatever it may be, and get the fuck over it. But
seriously, wait. Chris Benoit did a very horrible thing. I get that. But a move is a move. It's a fucking move. You can name it anything else that you fucking want to. They don't call it the Crippler Crossface anymore. It's just the Crossface. Fucking Del Rio used it. Fucking Triple H uses it. Sasha Banks is using it. Calm your tits, okay? Calm them. It's a fucking move.
But it goes back to what do they have planned? You know, and if they do it right, the backstabber, and Sasha flips them with such force, where it's into almost like a weird version of a flapjack.
Right. Even if she didn't flip them over, if she backstabbed them and then rolled them over and got into a crossface, I'm cool with that too.
Or, so bank statement, rolls them over into like a Boston Crab.
I wouldn't like a Boston Crab. I'd much rather prefer a Texas Cloverleaf if we're going to go for submissions.
No, it's too much. You want to make it smooth.
Right.
Or even a camel clutch. Not an accolade, but like a camel clutch or something like that. Where she's... Because she's already at...
She should already be close to being on top of them.
And just pull.
Yeah. Rings of Saturn.
Rings of Saturn.
You're welcome, WWE! Backstabber to a Rings of Saturn? Bro.
But alright, so hold on. Hold on.
I want that as my finisher. Okay.
Phoenix. We're back.
Oh my god.
The Wyatts are home.
The welcome back chance. I miss Luke Harper. I hope you get well soon. I think you tore your... Was it a shoulder injury or was it a knee injury? No, it was a knee injury.
Yeah, it was a knee injury.
It was a knee injury. Fucking A. I hope you get well soon, Luke, because underrated, great fucking talent.
Underutilized.
Yeah, dude, fucking A.
And I'm tired of Braun Strowman.
I don't mind it anymore because they realized that they had to pull back on him. So I'm cool with that. Just let him be the big dude that's just strong as shit. But fuck, dude, Luke Harper was a beast. Okay, anyway.
So Wyatt's home.
Wyatt's come back
to an amazing pop.
To a pop. The fucking Fireflies were out. The welcome back chance. The did you miss me? And everybody loses their fucking mind.
And then that was it.
The cryptic promos that he normally gives are going to come back, which is fantastic. And then the Bray! It's like, so we're not going to talk about Phoenix? Really, Big E? We're just going to talk about Brother Bray. I like it. Nice.
So the New Day comes out. And they start talking.
What? Because every time I watch Up, Up, Down, Down, shut Up, Up, Down, Down, when he's just like, 5? And everybody makes that joke with Big E. Love it. Okay, we're back. Sorry.
So New Day comes out, and I've been saying this. I off camera, I kind of alluded to me having a revelation of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
In some way, shape, or form, Xavier Woods is going to cost the New Day the titles.
Of course.
And in some way, shape, or form, either align with the Wyatt family, whether it... Because... Go back and watch.
That's a stretch.
But hold on. And
no, I'm with you.
And I'm saying temporarily align.
No,
almost like how Daniel Bryan did or whatever have you. And the whole follow-up is the New Day is fighting to get Xavier back from, let's call it, Bray's mind control. Because did you see Xavier when they were doing the whole W?
Yep. And he's like, that's your thing, dude. And he starts walking towards him.
And then on SmackDown, Bray's just staring at him, and Xavier is kind of walking backwards and like trying to get away from it.
Right.
So I see something going there, and the science fiction nerd in me is taking it toward that mind control route for a second.
Fucking Sith Lord shit.
But when you have Bray Wyatt, you can get away with doing that shit.
That's true.
You really can.
I know you're gonna hate the statement, but it is what it is. Bray Wyatt's going to be the Undertaker of this generation.
I'm okay with that, though.
He's going to be totally under... Because he's not doing, and I know you brought this up a lot, he's not doing the new Face of Fear. God. He's just fucking Bray Wyatt.
Exactly.
And I'm a huge...
And he says I'll hate it because I'm a huge Taker fan.
Yeah. Dude, I'll put this, and I'll tell it to you straight. The only person that I like more than KO is Bray Wyatt.
And the reason I'm okay with it... Here's why I'm okay with it. I don't think the WWE or wrestling as a whole could potentially survive without an entity like The Undertaker. And if Bray Wyatt is Undertaker 2.0 for the new generation and goes for the next 20 years like Taker did...
Undertaker equal, not 2.0. That means he's better. There's no way. Nobody's going to pass Undertaker that.
Fair. I'll agree. Okay. I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that's 20 years of destruction. And one day... I will say, Bray is the face of fear.
Ain't gonna be today.
Hell no.
Fuck no.
But when Taker finally officially comes out and goes, I'm retiring, then I'll be okay with it.
Right. Until then. Nah, fool. But no. Okay, I see what you're saying, and I saw that too, and I was like, that's really fucking odd. I don't know if he was captivated by it or like, I need to destroy this motherfucker. I didn't know which one, because Xavier's Xavier. I love Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed, so much. So much. But if he were to be the one to turn, that would be so bizarre to me. Because I've talked to you about it, I've talked to my friend Josh about it, I've talked to my friend Chris about it, and we discuss wrestling in great detail. Like, when we talk about it, we discuss it.
Swerve.
It would be so random. Because, and I wouldn't mind it for this aspect. You expect someone like Big E to turn on Kofi and Xavier. You expect that. Because he's a big monster he can fend for himself. You would never expect someone like Xavier Woods, who, if you remember, when he first came back and said it's time for a change before the New Day became a thing, was not relevant.
No,
he wasn't. Never around. Big E was still somewhat relevant. He was still in the Intercontinental title picture. Kofi is well established. And then there's Xavier, who's the guy who brought everybody together. If he were to turn and join the Wyatts, my only complaint about that is, where would he necessarily fit in? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's funny. He's great on the mic. But is he going to bring Francesca? Is he going to wear a Wyatt suit? Is he going to be the first black guy in the Wyatt family? Like, it's a lot of what-if questions. I wouldn't mind it.
But this is the perfect
But you have to do
storyline.
it. Exactly. I don't mind it, but you just got to do it right. If you fuck up one aspect, it burns
But this is the perfect storyline for us as people that sit down and go, okay, here's what's happening in wrestling for you people.
Right.
Because we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen. I've spent the day looking at different reviews and articles and you know, WTF mall months, you know, with what culture, all that. By the way, for the love of God, King
Jack
Ross.
the Jobber does such a better impersonation of King Ross than you do.
Yeah? I put nothing into it.
WTF moments from WWE. Like, fucking A.
But King Ross, get back. For the love of God, get back. I
don't mind you, Jack the Jobber, but King Ross is way funnier.
It's his thing. It's his thing.
It's his thing. WTF moments are his thing. Jack the Jobber, I watch your stuff and it's fantastic, but King Ross's thing is King Ross's thing. You know? Like, you got Adam Blampier and then the other Adam who's...
Pacini.
Yeah. Who's fucking fantastic.
He's amazing.
I forgot how fantastic you are, Adam. Fucking
and then
hell.
Goldberg wannabe. But we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic.
He's Ryback's love child.
Either way. New Day Falls.
Oh my God.
New
that chant.
Day Falls.
That chant by itself was just, I was like, oh shit. They're gonna beat the New Day. Like, I watch other people, and in all honesty, outside of Enzo and Cass, I never thought anybody else would take the titles off of them. But when I watched Bray Wyatt say, like, the New Day Falls Day, I'm like, if they bring the Wyatts back and they're the ones who take the title off of the New Day, that makes so much sense. Because technically they're still heels, even though Bray had a face moment, which was fantastic. But they'll take the titles off the New Day. New Day will still stay intact. Because I feel like if you break the New Day up right now, in all honesty, I think every individual loses too much for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so good as a cohesive unit for comedy and for showmanship that if you were to break them up, you lose that. And I think that's way too much to give up. I think that they still stay together. And then if they were to leave for a little bit, take a vacation, and come back as the New Day still and just dominate shit, that'd be awesome. But in the meantime, the Wyatts make the most sense. Because they can still do the Freebird rules to where Bray's a champion, Braun Strowman's a champion, and Eric Rowan's a champion. Then if you want them to drop it, you let them drop the titles once Luke Harper comes back.
Or don't.
Or don't. Exactly. Or don't.
Freebird rule, you have those three.
Right.
You have the New Day.
Right.
And then you have the club.
Exactly. You have so much room for things that you can do. I think that Luke Harper coming back would throw a wrench into that just a little bit.
No, because then you do... Your main fighters are Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Braun Strowman's your enforcer on the outside, and Bray Wyatt's your ringleader.
Right.
Now, I'm okay with that.
I am too.
And Braun Strowman won't get involved at all.
But then that makes Braun Strowman become irrelevant.
Not necessarily not. He's an enforcer on the outside.
And
he's the one that's, for lack of a better phrase, setting up the heel finish.
Right. But, I mean, the catch-22 to that, and I mean, this is why I think it works with 3 as opposed to 4. Because I love Bray Wyatt. I love everything Bray Wyatt does. He's a great wrestler. He's an amateur. He's a professional amateur wrestler.
Yep.
To put that in perspective for you, he's an amateur wrestler who wrecked shop when he was doing it, mind you. You have Bray Wyatt, who's great on the mic. You got Braun Strowman, who's your enforcer. I'm cool with that. Don't get me wrong. I think Eric Rowan is like the weak one in this entire group, if you think about it in perspective.
Yeah.
And you have Luke Harper, who's so diverse in his skill set and so good in the ring that I think if you have 4, it's too many. Like, I feel like that if they held it, and then let's say Luke Harper came back at the Royal Rumble. Hypothetically speaking, he comes back at that point because that's a prime time for him to come back.
Yeah.
Or a Survivor Series. Whatever. You have the Wyatts beat the New Day. They hold the titles until the Royal Rumble because SummerSlam will be a year for them. Longest reigning champions for the tag team titles. Give them that to erase Brian Kendrick and Billy Kidman.
Paul London.
Paul London. Why did I say Brian Kendrick? Whatever. Paul London and Brian Kendrick, or was it Billy Kidman?
I think it was Kendrick.
Okay.
London and Kendrick.
You erased that streak.
From like 15 years ago?
From 15 years ago because nobody talks about it anymore. Let's be real. They're the one streak that no one talks about anymore. So you let the New Day go until SummerSlam. So they beat the Wyatts at Battleground. Mm-hmm. They have a rematch at SummerSlam.
Where they lose the titles.
Where they lose the titles. They beat the streak. They had it for a year, and now you give it to somebody else. And let the Wyatts carry it till Survivor Series. Where they drop it to, insert name here. Doesn't really matter.
Yes, it does.
Well, it does. But you want to give it to somebody who's up and coming.
Enzo and Cass?
Enzo and Cass. I would be okay with the Vaudevillains, in all honesty.
No.
I would be okay. Because you have 5-6 months to build the Vaudevillains as legitimate heels who are fantastic in the ring.
Yeah.
Because the Vaudevillains, I'm pretty sure, they previewed before Enzo and Cass did.
No. Enzo and Cass came out the Raw after.
And they came out on SmackDown.
They came out on SmackDown.
That's right. Okay, so they're around the same time. You let someone like one of those two beat them for the titles, that's fine. Because Luke Harper's back, which means the Wyatt family will now be stronger than ever. If they want a rematch and take the titles, whatever. It doesn't face the title at all. Mm-hmm. Or, hypothetically speaking, you have the U.S. Championship go to someone in the Wyatt family. You have the Tag Team Championship go to someone in the Wyatt family. And you have Bray constantly going for the World Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. Then they can say, we hold all the titles. Mm-hmm. But the one title that we don't hold is the WWE Championship. That sets them up for any point in time that you want them to win the WWE Championship.
I wouldn't want to see somebody hold 2 titles, though.
They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you have Luke Harper come back, win the U.S. title. Mm-hmm. Strowman and Rowan, or let's
Strowman and Rowan.
No, right? So you have Harper and Rowan, because that makes more sense, win the tag team titles. You have Braun Strowman win the U.S. Championship.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt wins the Intercontinental Championship from The Miz or whoever else has the title at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
They have 4 titles, but they want that heavyweight championship because that's the one that means the most. Now, this is assuming that the draft does not separate them, of course. I will cry so hard. I will be so pissed. Well, not necessarily. If they put Wyatt and Harper on the same show, I'm cool. I'm Gucci with that. Absolutely. But you have Bray Wyatt lose the Intercontinental Championship. Lose his fucking mind way more than it already has. He's like, well, there was a blessing in disguise because Abigail spoke to me and said, that's not the prize you want. The World Heavyweight Championship is the prize that you want. And I've been so close before, and I want it again. So, doesn't matter if it's Dean Ambrose, which if it is, thank you, Jesus, because their feud was so beautiful. You have Bray Wyatt battle with Ambrose consistently. It's a slow burn. Because if it happens at the Royal Rumble, you're setting it up for Fast Track, you're setting up for Elimination Chamber.
Fast Lane.
Whatever! Fast Track to Fast Lane, whatever! You're setting up for Fast Lane, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania.
If they do a chamber.
If they do a chamber, right. So you've got 3 pay-per-views to slow burn this feud that can easily be rekindled. The only other person that they could do this with, hypothetically speaking, would be Roman.
Yeah.
But think about, overall, if Bray Wyatt were to go into WrestleMania as the challenger and Roman Reigns comes in as the champion and Bray Wyatt beats him at WrestleMania, because people still won't like Roman by then, I guarantee you, imagine the pop and the feel in Orlando.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it's a hypothetical. It's a stretch. It's a fucking 6-7 month burn. But if you do it right, to where the whole Wyatt family's dominant, and Bray Wyatt loses the Intercontinental title, which, like, oh my God, it's a downfall of the Wyatt family. But then, at WrestleMania, the Wyatt family retains their tag team titles. Braun Strowman retains the U.S. title from whoever he faces, and then Wyatt goes on to win the World Heavyweight Championship. You can legit ride the Wyatt wave until the next big pay-per-view. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You could ride that shit out for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just break everything you want to, but that 3 months will be so good.
Yeah.
So good. Because, I forget what the other team was that held all the titles. I think it was either the Four Horsemen.
It was Evolution.
Evolution. There you go. It would be Evolution, but a darker Evolution for the
newer era.
PG that's going into not so PG era. It'd be fantastic.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
a hypothetical, but
Moving on from the Wyatts, you and I can talk about the Wyatts probably all day long.
All day. God damn it, I love the Wyatts so much.
Seth Rollins versus the now suspended
Roman
Reigns.
What just happened? What? Which, WWE, you were wrong. I understand why, but you were wrong for letting him do 2 shows after you knew he was suspended. That's wrong. That's wrong.
It is, but
it's wrong. I get it. I get it.
Had to vacate the title.
I get it. I get it, but you're wrong for it. Because, and I understand it's what's best for business, but it puts a bad taste in the hardcore fans, not so much casual, but the hardcore
it didn't put
fans.
A bad taste in my mouth.
A little bit it did for me.
Because think of the clusterfuck that would have happened. If they come out, Money in the Bank, show opens up, pyro goes off, and out walks, let's just say Shane.
It would have shut on the whole pay-per-view.
It would have. And we would have lost everything we had.
But
And I can't be mad at that. And I can't be mad at the next night, Roman and Seth fighting.
That's why I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I think it was wrong. I think it was absolutely wrong. But I'm not mad at how they did it. Because if it was anybody else besides John Cena, Randy Orton maybe.
Well, yeah, if it was one of your lower named guys, yeah.
It would have been an immediate.
But it's like in any business.
It's right. It's setting up the storyline for something greater. It's for the greater good.
It's like in any business.
It's for the greater good, which is why I was okay with it. I don't like it per se because I think it's unfair for everyone else who's on the roster, but I get it. So that's why I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. But now you fast forward, and a lot of people have been talking about it. Roman Reigns is going to be suspended for the draft.
He will miss the draft.
He will miss the draft.
His first day back is 22nd, I think, is what I was reading.
It's technically the Smack... Well, no, they recorded that on Tuesday.
No. The draft
will be
is live on the 19th.
And then SmackDown's on the 20th.
No. SmackDown's the 19th. They're doing the draft on SmackDown. They're not doing the draft on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, I thought they were. Okay, that's my bad. But
his first day back is 2 days before Battleground.
What's 2 days before Battleground?
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's just when the suspension's lifted.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna rely, and oh God, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna put something right now. If Roman wins this fucking title, I will be so pissed. So pissed. But and I just got really heated. Sorry.
It did.
But no, because it will legit piss me off.
Yeah, it will.
More than anything else. But now you have to rely on Seth and Ambrose again, mind you, again, to carry the storyline.
Are you complaining?
Yes! Why? Because if you're going to make it a triple threat, I won't take anything away from Roman. He is a key factor in the triple threat. It's the same concept as if you were to build a match with Brock Lesnar with no Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
They did it with Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker, but it's because it's the fucking Undertaker. He was out for a legit year, It made sense for him.
I can tell you, though, that the Shield is going to fight in a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title on Superstars 6 weeks from tomorrow. And it's the most watched Superstars. It's the most watched moment in WWE the last 6 months. And I don't mention it ever. I did.
Christ.
But I didn't intentionally mean to do it.
You did a little bit.
But it's the most watched thing in WWE, and I don't have to mention it.
Now let me be an advocate here, okay?
Before you say that, I have one more example to throw at you.
Okay.
Sting, Hogan, Halloween Havoc.
They're up the fuck here!
He didn't say anything, though!
Apples and Nazi oranges! Are you joking?
Why Nazi oranges?
Because they don't mix with regular oranges, because they're not the same. Dude, you just mentioned icons.
Not at the time.
Stop it. Hogan's been an icon. Sting had been an icon.
Sting was growing into an icon. That's what transformed him into an icon.
Still, let's look at Roman Reigns' track record for 2 seconds here.
What track record?
Exactly. Let's put this in perspective. During the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns fought at number 1. Got taken out mid-match. Came back at the end to get thrown over by Triple H. People fucking hated that. They liked that he got thrown out. But to their minds, Roman Reigns going to the back to take a breather because he can't sell for shit. It's a bad taste in their mouth. You have Roman Reigns who kicks out of 2 Styles clashes in a match with AJ Styles, takes a phenomenal forearm, wins with 1 spear. People hate that shit. So now, if hypothetically speaking, you have Roman out, and Seth and Dean carry the whole fucking feud to Battleground, and the Roman comes in, hasn't said a word in fucking 30 days, and wins the match? What the fuck is that?
I agree. Him winning the match is pointless.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad he's out of the picture, because any promo he cuts, I change the channel. I've never done that before.
But the difference is that he's crucial to this storyline. Crucial. Because if you think about the Shield, he was the enforcer. And now they made him into Super Roman. He's a dire factor into the whole storyline of this triple threat. It's shitty that he got suspended because he was stupid and decided to fail the wellness policy thing. But
do they take it away and not make it a triple threat anymore? Next week on Raw?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
But no, here you go. Next week on Raw, they come out and say, okay, Roman Reigns is suspended. He's not going to be at Battleground. It's just Seth versus Dean.
I still love that for the match.
They have the match.
Still love that for the match.
Hold on, shut up. They have the match. The next night on Raw, Dean goes over on Ambrose.
Dean goes over on Seth?
Yeah.
Dean goes over on Ambrose.
Seth wants another rematch. Because fuck you, that's why. And out walks Roman Reigns and goes, I got screwed out of last night. So let's do this at SummerSlam. And now we finally have the Shield at SummerSlam, and it makes sense.
I would like that, but that statement is a heel statement. And they're not going to turn Roman Reigns heel quite yet.
Did you miss the subtle heel statements that he's been making?
He's making a ton of them.
And I'm not saying he's going to walk out and say, I got screwed.
Right.
But
I'm
along those lines.
Right. But I wouldn't mind that, because I think that the Shield triple threat should have been for SummerSlam. In all honesty, I think that the Wyatts versus the New Day would be a much better battleground as opposed to the triple threat for Battleground, but that's not here nor there. Battleground is stacked as fuck right now. But the fact that, and it could just be me, the fact that there's no build-up from Roman's side in a crucial Shield triple threat match, it damages it heavily, in my mind.
I agree.
It does. Now, you got to go into a whole bunch of factors of what if Ambrose gets drafted to SmackDown and then Seth and Roman are on Raw. Then you have the 2 brands clashing technically.
Yeah.
Which means whoever is the SmackDown GM or whoever's running it, whoever that is is going to want Ambrose to win to keep that title on SmackDown. So it adds into it like an interesting twist, but
Either way, it's going to be fun to see what they do, how they spin it.
I'm pretty stoked. I'm stoked about, dude, Battleground is going to be one hell of a pay-per-view. You got Sasha versus Charlotte. You got the New Day versus the Wyatts. You're going to have the Shield.
Triple threat
Match. You're going to have, I don't know, they haven't had anything else.
AJ Styles,
Cena 2. I don't know if they're going to do Rusev versus Titus again. If they do, awesome, whatever. And then whatever filler matches that you have.
Well, and then think about it. You have the heels of the draft. That's the first night of the two separate brands.
Right.
And what's to say that, I don't know. Finn Balor doesn't get called up on SmackDown.
That depends. When is NXT TakeOver for Shinsuke versus...
The week before.
The draft? Holy shit.
And from what I'm reading...
Oh my god!
From what I'm reading, they had the match this past Friday in Florida. The match ends. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
I need to watch it.
It's not up yet.
I know, but whenever it happens, I want to watch it before.
And Finn, after the show's over, does his goodbyes.
Because I know he's going to get called up eventually.
No, he's not going to be at any more NXT tapings. I think he's doing the NXT live stuff right now because
the house shows.
Yeah, the house shows because they're not televised. Never have you. But that was his Full Sail NXT taping goodbye thing. He's on the draft. He gets called up. He's either a free agent,
which would be fantastic,
or he gets drafted to SmackDown.
Right.
And does work.
If he does, I will be so stoked. Because now, in all honesty, and I know it's going to be like more New Japan-ish-esque, whatever, if, hypothetically speaking, Finn and Bayley got called up, they've got Shinsuke and Asuka to take their space, which is fantastic. And Samoa Joe, because I love Samoa Joe too.
And Austin Aries.
And Austin Aries, who gets booed now, even though, well, he just turned heel against Noe Jose. But
I can't
you've
say
got
that.
Noe Jose. I love Noe Jose! His little salsa merengue shit. I don't know. But, yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. It's the one time in a long time that I'm actually excited where WWE's going. The last time I was excited like this about it was whenever they finally realized Daniel Bryan's going to force his way into WrestleMania. So it's been...
The Yes Movement.
The Yes Movement. So it's been 2 years. I'm excited, man. Let's see what happens.
Well,
that's it.
Next time we meet is going to be right after the draft.
I said 30 minutes. It's 47.
Yeah, no.
48.
Next time we meet is going to be right after the draft in 2 weeks' time.
Fucking A, yes. Cannot wait for that draft.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jax,
Jax,
Ritz, we're out.
Peace.